are. Myself, Bobby Hessling, alongside me, Ryan Pickell. Ryan, do another basketball game. How's it going?
I'm a little bit tired, but we're gonna get through this.
Absolutely. We'll get through that. But first, we'll have the national anthem prior to our preview. All right, we are ready to go from Dick Campbell Gymnasium here in Elmhurst, Illinois. York and LT, this second time they are meeting this year. Last time they met was February 13th, where LT won that game 48-44. That was a double header for York and LT, I believe. I believe that was the last game. York had just played the game before. LT had played about an hour prior to that, so you think we're going to see a different matchup between both of these teams, knowing, they'll have full energy and they'll have that preparation, correct?
That should be the case, but only time will tell.
You're right about that. Starting lineup for Lyons Township is Cade Nelson, number 3, number 5, Tavari Johnson, pardon me. He is a junior, but he is a 3-level scorer. We'll talk about him later on. Tommy Esselin is another one. He is committed to Denison University. And then down low, Christian DeSimone at 6'4", and Emmett Spoler at 6'2". That is LT's starting lineup. Duke's starting lineup has been the same all year with Drew Kircher, Luke Malaga, Jeff Grace, Nick Hesh, and Denton Rohde. And we are ready to go from York. Nelson will inbound to Johnson to start. Tavari Johnson, I believe it was last Friday, dropped 23 points in the first half for a Hinsdale Central nailer, which is just absolutely phenomenal by him. He is number 5 in blue. First shot off the mark. And York will bring it down the floor.
Even Jeffrey had 18 last Friday.
That is true. Versus Downers Grove North.
It was a very close win.
It was. Big win for them, too. In the hands of Malaga. Hesh trying to work down low. Rohde goes up, left hand, and a double dribble. Rohde a little confused. This is an LT team that doesn't have too much size. They have one player at 6'5", and that is Billy Bach, who is not even on the floor right now. He's a junior. I spoke to Rohde about taking advantage of the size, as there is a runner won't go. Johnson grabbed his own miss, kicks it back out, throws it up, won't go. There's a rebound for Hesh. About taking advantage of size, he says we have to take advantage of our size as a team and feed the low post. York already tried to do that once already. And that makes sense, right? You have their size compared against their size. Malaga drives, kicks out, stolen by Johnson. The hands of Nelson. Again in the hands of Johnson. There is Cade Nelson, number 3 in blue. Johnson 3 on the way, airballed it.
Coach Dunn was literally almost inside that three-point line as they were bringing up the ball. That's kind of interesting.
That is kind of interesting. I think he's trying to show to these guys, he's excited for this game. There is Hesh, pulls a 3, off the mark. Johnson will bring it back up the floor 2 minutes in. And we haven't had a point yet. Nelson moving around. There is Spolat. That York bench is up and they're clapping, trying to get the York defense riled up. Nelson, 3 on the way. Got it. So Cade Nelson starts off with a 3 for Lyons Township. Last time versus York, he had 14 points. Definitely a feeling of revenge for this York team as well. There's Rhodey over to Grace. Grace drives in. I think he tried to kick it out to Malaga. It still ends up in his hands. Kircher drives right hand, won't go. Rhodey, second chance, puts it in, and York is on the board with 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
These games today have just been flying by. That sophomore game went really fast.
It did. That's another 3. And that is in. Christian DeSimone. And already LT has got 2 quick 3s. I won't say quick, but they have 2 3s already. And a foul on Johnson. They had really good defense on Kircher. I think York will try to take advantage of that. Get Tavari Johnson into foul trouble, make him sit. He's LT's best player, and we have an under 5 timeout. We do. Well, I spoke about the revenge factor just for a little bit, and I spoke to Luke Malagi. He says there's definitely a feeling of revenge. That was a very winnable game on the 13th of February that we barely lost. We also just played right before. We weren't fully energized. This time we have the energy, we have the preparation, and that just makes sense. You have all the energy. You didn't just play a 32-minute game. You'd expect that out of York, correct?
I would expect that out of York.
That was a close game, and York, they're trying to shoot for that 4th straight win. Coach Dunn, I spoke to him right prior to game time. He said, we got to be consistent on offense and defense. We got to win the hustle game and limit Tavari Johnson's touches, which, it's a little hard to tell right now, but we just have to play York basketball. I'm not entirely sure what York basketball is.
They tend to get ahead of themselves.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. They play a really good first half.
And then it just falls apart after that.
Right. They still won games with that happening, but
it's been close.
Right. Just like Dunn said, be consistent on offense and defense. There's Grace. Hands of Malaga. That is going to be stolen by Cade Nelson. And a nice layup that missed. Grace immediately pushing the pace. Kircher, 3 on the way. Won't go. He's had 3-point troubles to start the season, and Rhodey picks up his first foul. He's a guy who he's gotten into that foul trouble this year. Johnson will bring it up the floor for the Lions of Lyons Township. There's Johnson. 3 on the way again. Got it. Second one for Christian DeSimone. And he's got 6 for the Lions. That's stolen again. Tavari Johnson. Sherman's on his way to the scores table. DeSimone, other side. Won't go. Moving around, back in the hands of DeSimone. He shoots it again. Front iron, won't go. Rebound goes to Kircher. Kircher brings it up the floor, guarded by Johnson. Malaga drives. Right hand, got her out to go off the glass. And York leads 9-4. We'll try to get that scoreboard up in a moment. It's going to be York ball. Sherman will check in. Remember the first game we did, we didn't know much about Alex Sherman. They had 2 threes and kind of shocked us.
I was blown away.
There is Kircher, who will bring it up for the Dukes. Sherman. Grace drives, kicks out, Hesh, 3 on the way. Too strong. Rebound by Johnson. He's been all over the place here tonight. Driving in. That rebound goes to Tommy Hessling. Johnson immediately guarded by Sherman. 3 on the way. Got it. A low arcing 3-pointer. And that is going to be York time. Timeout. Grace will bring it up. Pardon me. Hopefully we'll have that scoreboard up for you folks. We do. Sherman kicks out. Kircher pumps. Then to Hesh. 3 on the way. Hesh knocks it down. 3-pointer for Nick Hesh, and he can do that. Nick Hesh is developing his way into a 3-way, 3-level scorer, that is, and knocking down a corner 3 will do that as Kastner is, he is now at the scorer's table. Up right hand, won't go. And on his way up, that is Tommy.
Grace is first, team second.
Grace is called on the foul. First one falls, and Kastner will check in for Rhodey at the 1:52 mark here in the first quarter. Asleson goes 2 for 2 to make it a 14-7 game. Grace Kircher. Try to feed it down low, and it's knocked out of bounds.
Still will be York's ball, though.
Correct. A little confusion on who the last foul was on. It was on Grace. They're not changing that, and now it's in the hands of Grace. Guarded by Asleson. Sherman, corner 3. No, too strong. Kircher, good job poking that free. A full court press. That LT breaks. Kicks out corner 3. That's DeSimone. Won't go. Grace saves it before he fell out of bounds. Now up the hands of Kircher. Dunn is at the R of York on the floor. Grace mid-range won't go. And a foul on Kastner. His momentum took him right into Will Carroll. 25 in blue, one of the 6'4" players. And Tavari Johnson checks out, which seems to be a sigh of relief for the Dukes as Malaga checks back in too. DeSimone also checked out too. Who has got, I believe he has 9 of LT's 14 points. Forward with 35 seconds to go. Grace Kastner. Now in the hands of Malaga. Sherman. Malaga at the volleyball line. Drives in. Right hand won't go. Rebound goes to LT. And a charge. Kastner drew the charge. The foul is going to go on Tommy Seco.
7, a little closer to 8 seconds left, and hopefully get a play going to draw this game closer.
I would assume this would go into the hands of, whether Hesh, Sherman, maybe even Kircher. I would say get in the hands of Sherman. That's where it goes. Can't bank it in off the glass. So at the end of the first quarter, LT leads at 14-7. Second quarter coming up next. We welcome you to Tableside, where on Tuesday, York played Proviso West. It was close and it was a low-scoring game. I don't think that was the game that we expected to see, at least.
No, I was not expecting it to be that close of a game. I don't think anyone was expecting it to be that close.
No, but the thing I did some research on Proviso West, and they played LT a few weeks back, I think maybe 2 weeks ago. And Proviso West, they only lost by 3 to LT. So Proviso West is a competitive team.
I think they've always been competitive in some sense.
Yeah, it's true. I think the competitiveness is just a little more up this year. As Sherman over to Kastner. Grace in the low post, puts it up, won't go. And LT pushing it the other way. It's a corner 3. Well off. Offensive rebound. Goes to Owen McManaman. And now Kircher. We'll see Rhodey and Casey check back in. Casey, a two-way player, does have that shooting ability. When he's hot, some people will say. Kastner into the hands of Hash. Now Grace. Johnson at the scores table too. Grace goes up, and he was fouled on the way up. I believe that is Owen McManaman, and it is. So McManaman picks up his first foul. And we talked about before the game, there's 2 McManamans, and we had trouble pronouncing both those names.
I assume that they're brothers.
Would make sense. First one by Grace is good. Grace trying to improve his free throw shooting that he struggled with versus Hinsdale Central. Had a much better outing versus Downers Grove North last Friday. Grace goes 2 for 2. So York cuts LT's lead to 5. We spoke about York and Proviso West. Well, Lyons, they played Glenbard West on Tuesday. They lost 58 to 40. You know, Glenbard West is something special. We may have the chance to call them again on Tuesday.
Oh, did you ever hear back from them?
I have not yet. Hopefully by this weekend. If not, we might just do another radio stream, which
whatever works.
Whatever works. I know people enjoy the radio streams. There is a foul. I believe that's on number 30, Christian DeSimone. No, it's not. It is on Owen McManaman. So he picks up his second, and we're going to see Miles Kaminsky check in for McManaman. You have some friends that go to Glenbard West who said they enjoyed our stream, correct?
One of my friends did, and a lot of his teammates and their parents obviously did too.
That's always good. Grace through contact, can't get it to go. It's out of bounds, will go down the other way.
Since we are here to support the people that can't attend the games.
Correct. That's, a year ago, maybe a year and a month ago, so 13 months ago, I don't think we would have expected this. But here we are. He did it again. So that's his third 3 of the ball game.
He has just as many points as York does altogether.
He's 3 for 6 from 3, so a lot of them have been from the corner or elbow. Casey over to Grace. Back into the hands of Kircher. Yorkman moving around the perimeter. Casey. Grace. Casey pumps and a foul. That is on Tavari Johnson. That is his second. And Hesh is at the scores table waiting to come in.
Tavari Johnson, his second, team's fifth.
Johnson's just picked up his second foul.
He'll still be in the game, though. Oh, no, he just checks out.
I was going to say they had 6 men on the floor at one point. That is not legal.
Nope.
It's not 5-on-5. Grace drives in, left hand, got it off the glass, and York has hit double digits. That is his 4th point of the game, and York is trying to get some energy back into this building.
We're only down 6, so.
Watch out! Watch out!
A near jump ball didn't happen. That's from the free throw line. Can't go, and a rebound goes to Hesh. So York gets a good defensive stand. Grace a three-pointer, he airballed. Remember the last time we talked about Grace shooting a free throw?
Yeah, I did mention the one and only Shaq commented today.
Yeah, you would. That is out of bounds. That will stay with York. We have an under 5 timeout. People found you in 9 points to DeSimone, who has hit 3 threes. He's 3 for 6. What do you think they have to do on, especially the defensive side of the ball, to just limit LT, who's got those 17 points?
Oh, you definitely have to take into account what they're doing on offense. 9 points of the 17, which is pretty good for first half.
Yeah, that is. Well, the other thing, and I think they filled this out really well, and the big thing is they wanted to take the ball out of the hands of Tavari Johnson. It works to your advantage, and my key to the game, which I didn't didn't get to, oddly enough, is take advantage down low. Your tallest player is 6'5", and I think Denton Rhodey made that pretty clear too when I spoke to him, and I don't think they've really done that yet. They've gotten inside, but they haven't gotten the looks they've wanted inside.
They haven't taken advantage of it.
Right. So out of the under 5 timeout, it'll be York ball. Malaga will inbound. And a group of Malaga, Kircher, Casey, Hesh, and Rhodey out there. I don't think we've seen this group together out of a few games we've covered this year.
Been a lot of the same.
Has been. No Grace on the floor. Kircher drives, goes up, fouled, can't get it to fall, but he will go to line and he will shoot 2. He was excellent from the line last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Fouls on Emmett Spoler. Already 6 fouls for LT. Kircher knocks down the first one, and York cuts it to 5. So York they will get into the bonus, so the next foul will send them to the line to either shoot 2 or 1-1, depending on the foul. Kircher hits both. Nelson brings it up the floor. Falls down. Casey got on it, and now Malaga. Yeah, York bench is pumped, and there is Kircher. Brings it, waits, still can't get a field goal. Pass too high, it goes out of bounds. So York forces a bad turnover with Casey and Kircher. York will try to get something going here offensively. Sherman now at the scores table. Malaga kicks out Grace. Rhodey down low, goes up, got it to go off the glass. And now a 2-point LT lead.
Approaching that 3-minute mark.
York has gone on a 4-0 run. Make it a 6-0 run. Is what it was. Rhodey, good stop. In the hands of Kircher. Moves it up to Rhodey. Goes up right hand, and this game is tied. Well, now it's an 8-0 run. Grace forces a turnover, goes up right hand, can't get it to go, and Nelson will bring it down the other way. Would have been a big swing of events. 3 on the way. D. Simone can't get it to go, grabs his own miss. Try to get a little fancy down low. Now in the hands of Malaga. Malaga moves it up. He'll go up right hand, can't get it to go. Rebound, LT, and LT will call a timeout.
Down. York has all the momentum right now with all that's going on.
So
Definitely playing aggressive. More aggressive than I've seen all year.
Absolutely. We'll go and take a quick break. 2:30 to go. We'll be right back. Out of the timeout, York, or LT that is, will inbound. Nelson brings it up the floor with 2.5 to go. Left in the second quarter. Goes up right hand, got it to go. Hesh could not get the block. There's Grace as LT leads by 2. Sherman. Brody back in the hands of Grace. Grace drives in. He had like 4 bodies around him. There's Kircher, 3 on the way. Still can't buy one. Grace offensive board, gets to go.
And he brings it back to a tie game.
Kircher's had a problem shooting the 3, but good thing Grace was down there, and everyone attacked the paint when Grace drove in. All that to kick it out so he can grab an offensive board. There is Nelson. DeSimone moving around into the corner. And traveling. Thought it was originally going to be a foul. It wasn't. It's going to be a travel, so York will get that ball right back. And a full court press out of LT. I wonder if they'll back off on this. No, that turns into a half court press. There's Sherman. Kircher drives in right hand, and there is York's first lead of the game, 21-19, under a minute to go at this point. Nelson over to DeSimone. LT has been cold from 3. There's Aslison. Nelson. Guarded by Sherman. Will Carroll kicks out 3. Got it. Tommy Aslison makes it a 1-point LT lead. He's got his 7th point of the game. Now with 20 seconds to go, it makes sense York would hold for the final shot.
I would say so. Don't need to put the ball back in LT's hands.
10 to go. Done pointing stuff out offensively. Grace drives in. Nothing will happen, and that will end the first half. It looked to be LT at first. They were up by 8. Second quarter than they did at first quarter.
I would say so.
That only makes sense. So we'll take a break. 10 minutes. Started second half. York did a good job staying out of foul trouble, and I know that was a big thing we always talk about in each game is staying out of foul trouble. York did a really good job. They only had 3 fouls in that first half.
Oh, we like that. We like to see that.
We do like to see that.
And more aggression.
That is the case. Start of the second half is 22-21 in favor of the Lions of Lyons Township. Weird. And the hands of Tabari Johnson. He didn't get much touches in that first half. I think he was held to 3 points. And he was. There is Wilk. Nope, that is not Wilker. That is Emmett Spoler. Now Johnson. Made Kircher fall. Knocked it down.
And you jinxed it.
Yeah, I did.
Maybe you should have knocked down Wood.
Well.
It's too late now.
Too late now, yeah. Johnson's got 5. He does have 2 fouls, though, so I'm sure York will try to get him into foul trouble. There's Grace. Trying to go inside. And that falls in. It rolls in for Jeff Grace. And he's got 8 here.
I think it's looking like another good night for Jeff. Knock on wood this time.
Knock on wood. We got wood all around us. We have wood behind us. We're sitting on wood. Our table is wood. At least I hope.
Something.
It's something. Johnson swings it over. Kick out now in the hands of D. Simone. He's got 9.
Yeah, they double teamed him this time.
Yeah. Well, now he pulls a 3. Front iron won't go. So now in the hands of Grace. Both teams 2 quick baskets. And now York. As Grace trying to go inside. Got it to go.
And they've taken the lead by 1 point here.
Grace has 10 for the Dukes. I believe it was Spolar who tried to draw a charge, but he moved his feet, so he kind of just got out of the way. That is not how you draw a charge.
I don't know, I missed it.
I think that's how you draw a blocking foul if you got enough contact. 3, Nelson. Back iron won't go. And rebound goes to Hesh. And Grace will bring it up. Kircher in the corner. Double teamed. Try to get that, and it's going to go down the other way. I think he tried to get that one to Malaga, who I believe was supposed to cut, and Casey will check in for Grace. Grace taking a break early is something. Go
away.
That's always a good sign. Now in the hands of Nelson. Tavari Johnson guarded by Hesh. 3 on the way. Johnson can't get that one to fall. And Casey will bring it up. There is Hesh. Casey. 3 juniors on the floor right now for the Dukes. One of them is Kircher. He's got the ball. Got to swing it over to Rhodey. We had trouble with that. Casey. Malaga. Hesh, mid-range jumper. Got it to fall off the back iron, so York extends that lead to 3. Good start for the second half for the Dukes. I believe that is 5 for Nick Hesh. Nelson moves around in the hands of Johnson. 3. Hit the front and the back iron. Still couldn't get to fall down, and Malaga moving the pace. Nearly back tap by Johnson. Casey. Kircher drives. Hesh. Right hand off the glass. Nice move by Nick Hesh to get inside and lay it in to extend York's lead to 5. That was a great move by Hesh.
It was a great pass, too.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
I think this is the biggest lead of the day. 5?
For York, yes. LT led by 8, and there it's a reach-in foul on Drew Kircher is Grace's right ankle, I believe, is getting tended to.
I think he'll be back, though.
Quite all right. During the he's getting, I think he's getting the last of his attention. So we should see him back out here in a minute or so. Tavari Johnson will bring it up. Moving around. Here's Asselson. Johnson. 3. No. LT has been ice cold from 3 to start this second half, and usually DeSimone, who has knocked him down, has had that trouble. There is Malaga.
And Jeff is back.
He'll start on the bench for just a moment, I would assume. And a foul. That's on number, is that 25? It is 25. Will Carroll.
And Jeff will check in.
That's a good sign.
I would hope so. He's coming back in.
Yeah. He checks in for Tieran Casey.
Run it. Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
That one to fall. That was a tough break for LT. Tavari Johnson. Spins in, lost it. That will stay with LT. And the York coaches show their frustration.
I don't think anyone touched that.
I think that's out on LT because we have the availability to replay so we can see that's out of bounds on
And that was
Malaga.
my job. That was my job.
That was your job. But
I'm really bad at it, but
I have the monitor.
I don't really call it a monitor. It's a Chromebook. The
Hey,
school provided Chromebooks.
yes, the school provided Chromebooks. That run so slow in this gym. There is Tavari Johnson. That's a 3. DeSimone knocks it down. And LT's lead is,
No, they're down by 2.
yeah, right, down by 2. Hash over to Malaga. Malaga. That's Hash, pardon me. That's Malaga. Hash. Right hand, got it to go. Didn't need the glass or anything, it just fell.
He is 9.
You're right, he does have 9, as York's lead is 4. DeSimone. Asselson. That is just another tough miss for LT. Will Carroll missed that one. He had one earlier. By earlier, I mean maybe a minute and a half ago that just missed. As York will bring it down the other way. Kastner at the scores table. He'll check in. Rhodey wide open down low. Gets it up and gets it to go. York's lead is 6. That is their largest of the ball game. 33-27 with a minute 8 to go.
That's Denton's eighth point today.
Feeding down low, that is 17 combined points in the paint. Well, I should say for their bigs down low. And that is off the hands of...
That one for sure is.
that I'm looking at, it is. Owen McManaman.
I think so.
I couldn't tell the difference between the...
I wasn't really looking for a number.
Well, Hesh is pumped on the bench. He got over and he just started screaming. He's got a lot of energy.
He doesn't seem like he does, but he does.
He seems like a very humble person, but you know, on game day, he just has all this energy, all this emotion. This is great. Now in the hands of Kircher. Over to Grace. Looks like York will possibly hold for the final shot here with 32 to go in this third quarter. Kircher, I think he's just trying to get a little separation. Drives. Kastner. Sherman's in the ball game. He didn't play much in the third quarter to begin with, and he's in there with now 12 seconds. And it makes sense. We'll try to get into his hands for the final shot.
He's had some buzzer beaters before.
And that's a 3 for Sherman.
There
Knocks it down. That's not a buzzer beater, but it's still going to go. And that's the third quarter for you. It's over. York's bench takes over Sherman.
9-point lead.
And a 9-point lead for the Dukes. 36-27. Basketball left here in the Dick Campbell Gymnasium, and York has a 36-27 lead. There was a point in this game where York trailed by 8, and we were like...
That was in like the first couple minutes.
Yeah, it was, and we were like, LT, pardon me, had that 8-point lead, and we were like, oh, are we just going down the same path? Has not been the case. York had a very strong third quarter. They ended it very strong with a Sherman 3. So Grace...
Always feels like it's going to be the same path every game.
Always does. There is Grace, guarded by Will Carroll. On the hands of Sherman. Sherman, I believe he only has 3. Can't really tell. I think he does.
Yeah, he only has 3.
That's Nick Hesh. Got it to go. Nick Hesh 3 from the top of the key. Extends his lead to 12, and Nick Hesh, he's got 12 with that. Nick Hesh, like I said, he's a 3-level scorer, and he's just trying to become the best possible, and that is working for him. LT has been ice cold from 3. Tavari Johnson has been held to 7. Front iron, he's still held to 7, and that's a foul on... That's on Sherman. They said 35.
Like you said earlier, they've stayed out of foul trouble, only picking up their second.
That's their 5th of the game. 5th foul of the game.
That's pretty low.
That is low.
They usually have that in one quarter.
That's true. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. Driving right hand, can't get that one to go, and a nice rebound by Sherman. And LT head coach, I believe his name is Tim Sloan. I don't know. His name is not on my roster. There's Grace. Nice finish down low, and a timeout by LT. Full timeout, too. I'm sure they're saying, well, this is not a 0-0 game.
No, definitely not.
This is not a 0-0 game. But York, they've got that energy with Hesh, Rhodey, Sherman, Kircher, and Grace on the floor. That's been a good group. Each one of them is just scoring. Well, Kircher only 4, but there's Kircher was on your screen. We got 3 left, and inbounding for them will be number 20, Owen McManaman. And York's bench is already starting up. They're going to stand. Here's McManaman trying to get it into the hands of Tavari Johnson, and they do. Only makes sense. Johnson loses it. Rhodey falls on it, and a timeout by Dunn to make sure they had full possession of that. And it's a 30-second timeout. It will be York ball. They want to just do that to make sense. Just kind of makes sense too. You know, don't lose it. Make sure you have it out of.
Oh yeah.
Timeout.
And it was gonna be a jump ball until it'd be a turnover anyways.
Well, I don't know if it would have really been a jump ball.
It could have been.
It could have been. You're right. It could have been. But Jeff had it, and I just don't think they wanted him to lose it. And this is an LT team who is really good on offense. They're averaging 56 a game. Their defense has been good too, averaging that 45. So you can say, hey, the defense has been right on par. The offense has.
It's been subpar.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to get to that 56 mark with 6:40, but you never know.
Well, that would be a big fourth quarter, and I think Coach.
Things have happened. Things have happened.
I think Coach Dunn would be very furious.
I think anyone would be mad.
Well, on the York side at least, I think LT fans wouldn't be too
I think
furious.
I might just straight up walk out of the gym if that happens. I might go home.
There's a foul. I believe that's on 15. That is Elliot Russell. That's the first time we've said his name this afternoon. Or this evening, I should say. Rhodey checks out. Castrom checks in. Three to extend this lead to 17.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, 2 big threes, and we're going to see Malaga check in for someone. That was a huge 3 by Sherman to extend this lead to 17. Just continue to give this York squad confidence. Guys doing a good job on defense. Near turnover for Russell, and he stepped out of bounds. It is a turnover. Kastner on defense has done a phenomenal job for the fact that he is not a scorer. He is just in there for pure size. And you look at him, he's 5'10", but he's 195, and that's
Yeah, he's not a tall guy, but he's
all muscle.
He's wide.
He is wide. Grace, easy layup down low to extend this lead to 19. And another timeout for LT. So LT, they call with 5:49 to go in the fourth quarter. And both teams have done a real good job. They stayed out of foul trouble in this. Correct.
Those are some atrocious numbers.
The 5 fouls in the quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
That boy Kenji was going so nuts out there. He was going so nuts.
Spaghetti.
I didn't want to say it, but you brought it up, not me. You said it, not me.
I'll say it. 5:45 to go. Johnson drives in, can't pass out. D. Simone's going to the scores table. I would make sense. Good reasoning. There's Tavari Johnson. Johnson drives, falling away. No, grabbed his own miss. Got it to go with the right hand. I was about to say York is outscoring LT in the second half by 20. They're actually outscoring them by 18 now. York has had a really good second half. I would say they've played a really good 3 quarters. I don't know if you'd, maybe 4. Gaston trying to get something going. That's in the hands of Malaga again. Over to Hesh. York taking their time on offense in the hands of Casey. Grace and Rhodey both at the scores table. There is Hesh. Over to Kastner. Drives in. Fouled on the way up. I don't think Kastner has any points this year. I may be wrong about that.
I'm pretty sure he has.
That's also number 3, Kate Nelson is first, team's third. We're in a timeout here. 97
Gotta get it. Gotta get it. Gotta get it. Gotta get it.
Out of the timeout. Kastner will go to the line. He will shoot 2 for York. At least I believe 2.
I think so.
Front iron was short on the first attempt, so he'll get a second try because it was a shooting foul. And he knocks it down.
I mean, you could say he has at least one.
Yes, at least now I have seen him score a point. There's Tavari Johnson. York up by 18. Driving, right hand, a little strong. Tommy Asleson drove in. That is York's 3rd foul. Tieran Casey picked up the foul, his first. First one is good for Asleson.
I hope you're pronouncing his name right. I have no clue.
Misses the second one. Rebound went to Rhodey, who put it into the hands of Grace. You know, I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right, too.
I always just skip people's names if I can't pronounce them.
Yeah.
Just go with the first name.
Casey, right hand. Oh, can't get that one to fall. Jump ball, LT. That was our first jump ball of the game. God. I think Kircher and someone else checked in. I do not know. Hesh checked in?
I'm pretty sure.
I could go back and check, but I won't.
You're going to go back and check?
No.
I wouldn't go back.
Johnson, 3. Yeah, no. Multiple parts of the iron still couldn't fall. There's Kircher. Moving up the floor. Malaga. Hands of Rhodey. Nice feed down low to Hesh. Oh, couldn't get it to go. That would have been an easy 2 points. Couldn't get to fall, though. Kircher tried to reach in, can draw ball. Swinging around, DeSmillan 3. Again, he's gone ice cold from 3 as Malaga grabs it now with 2:55 to go in this 4th quarter. Here's Grace. Drives. Kicks out Malaga, who passed it on to Rhodey. Borchers through contact. Out of bounds. It's going to stay with York. Thought that was a foul.
Nope.
Yeah, no foul.
I mean, I would say so.
Yeah. Hesh, that just.
Oh, there you go. There's your foul.
There's my foul. That was a foul. As Hesh just threw that one straight off.
That foul's on 5, Tabari Johnson, his third, team's fourth.
Ooh, that's
interesting.
That's interesting. That's how we can say it. Johnson picked up the foul.
It was definitely the wind.
Yeah. Now in front iron, so both are short for Nikesh. Great hustle play by Luke Malaga to save that and keep the possession with York. And then Johnson stepped out of bounds as he tried to save it.
Smart, run smart. Oh, come in. Run smart. Take it out.
And that's a push. That's on Tommy Lesson. That's his first. Fifth team foul for LT. Now in the hands of Hesh. Over to Malaga.
We're approaching that 2-minute mark, too.
Rosenstein, Olsen, they will all check in. They will all play in the 11 or 10 minute fifth quarter that we will broadcast.
Is there a fifth quarter this time? I know there wasn't the past couple times.
Well, the sophomores had one, so I'm assuming we're going to see one. Dunn calls a timeout. I believe it's going to be it's a full timeout. I thought it was going to be a quick one. So we'll see the names of Wildermuth, Olsen, and Rosenstein all check in. That's always a good sign. So York. And right now, Rhodey's getting checked out for his, what looks to be his elbow. Right elbow, too. Now going to the scores table is Connor Selfridge and Landon Redfern. They're both going to go to the scores table. With a minute 25 to go in the fourth quarter. York looking like they might just dribble out the clock. As Malaga fouled on the way up. Thought he had that one to fall. He did not.
Foul on 25, Will Carroll, his second, team 6.
Good game by Grace as Malaga goes 2 for 2 from the line. Malaga checks out. Selfridge checks in.
19-point lead heading into this final minute.
York has got to be pretty happy where they are. They had the lead, and all they did was extend it after that point. So,
if it ends with 49-30, is this their biggest win of the year?
No, I think they had a bigger win versus Willowbrook the second game of the season. I believe that was like almost like a 25-point win or something. Right hand is skyhook. Gets that one to fall for someone. There's left hand. That one falls in for Connor Selfridge. 51-32, 40 seconds to go. Moving around, a nice basket down low for LT. So LT will just bring it in a little closer.
Not going to matter too much with this. Less than 30 seconds left.
Here's Selfridge, 0 for 2. Rosenstein. He nearly had it poked free. Now in the hands of Olsen. As York just dribbles out the clock, they win it. 51-34, a big victory for this York team who started off relatively slow. But as we just win. And you can't blame him for it either. It's just a huge win for York. They make it 4 wins in a row now. LT has lost their third straight. But 4 wins for York. And each win has been a pretty big one, too. You know,
Except for last week. Against DGN.
Well, that was a big one.
Well, I thought you meant like a large.
Oh, you thought I was being
it was a big win.
Yes, it was a big win in terms of stuff. You know, you knock out DGN, then the next night you beat Provider. This fifth quarter for you is starting out there on the floor for the Dukes is number 11. That's Tyler Wilton with Landon Redfern. I think Tyler Olsen. Yep, Tyler Olsen, Connor Selfridge. It's someone else that I might be missing. There's Olsen. Olsen, corner 3. Oh, no, airballed. There's a turnover moving up the floor. Rosenstein. Oh, can't get that one to go. Landon Redfern. It's out on, is that number 14? Cullen McManaman? Is that 14? Is that 4?
No, 14.
14, okay. Back down the other way. A foul. Stay down here with York. Yeah, another just. Game's already over. The main game is over, and LT still can't get a shot to fall.
Nope, no one. York can't either.
That's true. Wildermuth kicks out. Rosenstein, 3 from the elbow. Can't get that one to fall. Sure, one of these guys will hit a 3. That York bench will just erupt. As it stays down here with York in this fifth quarter. Here's the first point, or first 2 points, I should say. Kyle Garcia, who moves it up the floor. And a whistle on Landon Redfern. Tyler Wildemuth with a nice left-hand finish. And a whistle. Full substitutions. Joey Kenna, one of them. Damian Pacheco, thank you.
Yeah, my homie.
Jackson Geiger, I believe Nick Matis, as the other one was. And Peyton Stark, that's a 3. No good. Fouled. Right hand can't get that one to go. Puts it up again. That one falls.
When did York get 4 points?
They had the 2 free throws, and then Tyler Wildemuth had that left-hand finish.
Oh, I don't remember seeing that.
Oh.
I kind of spaced out, I guess.
6 minutes to go in this 5th quarter. Drives in right hand, got it. Peyton Stark. With the finish. That one falls in for LT, a 3-pointer for Billy Bach, 6'5" junior. There's Geiger. Basket goes for Cullen McManaman, and LT has their first lead in this 5th quarter. With 5 minutes to go, they lead 7-6. Right hand, can't get that one. Three on the way, won't go. Rebound for York. With 4:15 left in the 5th quarter.
Damian will go shoot 2. Oh, no, I guess I'll shoot 1.
Is it a one of them?
I thought he said 1.
Lane violation. Lane violation on Joey Kenna, 42. though. Doesn't get any free throws. That's unfortunate.
Damien for 3.
Won't go. Olsen, Rosenstein, and Wildermuth will check right back in for the Dukes. With 2:15 to go. York wanted a charge of some sort. There was no foul. They grabbed the offensive rebound, and Damien will bring it down the floor, and we have a timeout. Or a travel. Wow, I thought that was a timeout. Apparently not. That was a travel. Either way, York brings in Wildermuth, Olsen, and...
No, it wasn't a travel. It was a timeout.
Oh, it was? Oh, I thought I saw travel. Must have been mistaken. Wildermuth off on that 3. Rebound goes to jump ball. It is, so that ball stays with York with 1:41 to go. Right hand, can't get that one to fall for Rosenstein. Olsen and Rosenstein both lost it. We have a foul. That's on Wildermuth, who picks up the foul. Under 90 seconds to go at this point. Olsen drives, right hand, can't go. Back in the hands, Olsen, corner 3. Nope. Offensive board or defensive board, that is, for LT. Nearly tipped by Wildermuth. Under a minute to go at this point. Mid-range jumper. Rattles in. And LT will go up by 3 for Kyle Garcia. York would need a 3 to tie this one up. And Olsen can shoot from 3. Wildermuth drives in, right hand. Nice finish by Tyler Wildermuth. With 30 seconds to go. That was a nice finish. That's a 3. That's Garcia. Can't get that one to fall. Now 20 seconds to go. Kicks it out. Corner 3. Got that one to fall. That was number 23, Aiden Sullivan.
And it's a turnover.
And it's a turnover here. I think that stays with LT. So 10 seconds to go. Looks like York will lose the 5th quarter. As they move around, and that's a 3. That's Sullivan. In the hands of Olsen. Throws it up. Oh, hit the side of the backboard. Well, that's the end of the 5th quarter. York is going to lose that 12-8. But York won the big one. They won, I don't remember how much they won by.
A lot to a little.
Yeah. Was it 51-34? That sounds right. Anyway, York beats LT for varsity basketball here on YSN. We'd like to thank you for watching and listening to this presentation of York Dukes basketball on YSN. Next broadcast will be Tuesday. We are unaware what kind. It's either going to be radio or a regular. Well, the girls have their regular stream versus Glenbard West, but we may do radio. We may not. We'll see. But
What about tomorrow?
well, there is tomorrow. I
Yeah, you
forgot about that.
I was about to say.
The West Suburban Girls Conference Tournament is tomorrow. I completely forgot about that. Games at 1, 2:30, and 4. York plays at 1 and 4. So we have that to look forward to. I think the boys are playing at Hinsdale Central. Either way, York will go into this with confidence. Until next time, my name is Bobby Hessling, Ryan Pickell. Thank you for watching.